master trainer, and principal advisor to the commander. The commander of troops will now bring forward the colors and persons to be honored. Competence and commitment are the hallmarks of professionalism. The soldiers and drill sergeants coming forward will be recognized for their excellence in training and duty performance and serve as examples to all. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem. It is appropriate for soldiers in uniform and all armed forces veterans to salute the American flag. We ask our civilian guests to please remove your headgear and place your right hand over your heart as our national anthem is played. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness the retirement of two lifelong soldiers. All soldiers begin their journey by graduating from basic combat training. Over the years, there have been changes to how the Army conducts basic training. However, many things remain the same. It was during basic training that these two soldiers were first introduced to the Army values. It is where they learned the importance of teamwork and that the Army truly is a family. The sense of team and Army family is still embedded in what it is done here today. Over 20 years ago, these soldiers took the same oath to defend this nation that your loved ones on the field have taken. We salute these great soldiers as they pass the torch of freedom along to the newest generation of soldiers, your loved ones standing on the field today. A certificate of appreciation from the President of the United States will be presented to those retiring today. It reads, I extend to you my personal thanks and sincere appreciation of our grateful nation for your contribution and honorable service to our country. You have helped maintain the security of the nation during critical times in its history, with the devotion and duty and spirit of sacrifice in keeping with the proud traditions of the military service. I trust that in the coming years, you will maintain an active interest in the armed forces and the purpose for which you serve. Those who follow in your footsteps will draw inspiration from you and your commitment, dedication, and sacrifice made to ensure the protection of our American freedoms. My best wishes to you for your happiness and success in the future. A certificate of retirement from the Chief of Staff, United States Army, is also presented to those retiring today and to the spouses of today's retirees for their dedicated service to our nation. At this time, Major General Hood and Command Sergeant Major Oaks will recognize our retirees for their service to the United States Army. Sergeant First Class Johnson Charles, having served honorably for 21 years of service, is placed on the retirement list effective 30th September 2025. Sergeant First Class Johnson entered active duty in Beckley, West Virginia, and will reside in Grayson, Kentucky upon retirement. His fondest professional achievement is getting certified as a U.S. Army combative instructor. Sergeant First Class Johnson plans to finish his degree in environmental science and travel with his family. The nation salutes Charles Johnson, Sergeant First Class, United States Army, retired. Staff Sergeant Helm Joshua, having served honorably for 20 years of service, is placed on the retirement list effective 31st August 2025 and entered active duty in Massillon, Ohio, and will reside in Gilbert, South Carolina upon retirement. His fondest professional achievement is molding civilians into soldiers as a drill sergeant. Staff Sergeant Helm plans to dedicate his commitment as a law enforcement officer for the state of South Carolina. The nation salutes Joshua Helm, Staff Sergeant, United States Army, retired. Please join me in a round of applause for our retirees and their families. Although newly retired, they will always be part of our Army family. The soldiers most responsible for the training of these soldiers are the drill sergeants, who were carefully selected by the Department of the Army. The drill sergeant campaign hat and badge have been a stoic symbol of professionalism and pride since 1962. At this time, the drill sergeant of the cycle for Alpha Company, 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, Drill Sergeant Jesus Tapia, will recite the drill sergeant creed. We ask that all drill sergeants, past and present, please stand for the reciting of the drill sergeant creed.
I am a drill sergeant. I will assist each individual in their efforts to become a well-disciplined, highly motivated, physically and mentally fit soldier, capable of defeating any enemy on today's modern battlefield. I will still pride in all I train, fight himself in the army and country. I will insist each soldier meets and maintains the army standards military pay and courtesy, consistent with the highest traditions of the U.S. Army. I will lead by example, never requiring a soldier to attempt any task I would not do myself. For first, last, and always, I'm an American soldier, sworn to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I am a drill sergeant. This will defend.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Humphreys and Command Sergeant Major Hughes will now present the awards. The outstanding drill sergeant of the cycle for 334 Infantry Battalion is Drill Sergeant Jesus Tapia from Aurora, Colorado. The soldier leader of the cycle for Alpha Company is PFC 5. Nathan. The soldier of the cycle for Alpha Company is PFC Raymond McMurray from Monroe, Louisiana. The soldier leader of the cycle for Bravo Company, Private Andrew Mayer from Rochester, Minnesota. The soldier of the cycle for Bravo Company is PFC Joseph Marshburn from Pink Hill, North Carolina. The soldier leader of the cycle for Charlie Company is PFC Darian Naputi from Helotes, Texas. The soldier of the cycle for Charlie Company is Private Janin Gates from Covington, Georgia. The soldier leader of the cycle for Delta Company, PFC Unang Armstrong from White House, Indiana. The soldier of the cycle for Delta Company is Private Anthony Ellis Krell from Monona, Wisconsin.
Sounds like you've got some fans. Yeah.
The soldier leader of the cycle for Echo Company is PFC David Pasano from Lemoore, California. The soldier of the cycle for Echo Company is PV2 Ashley Santiago from Bronx, New York. for faithful service to the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, Ms. Danielle Jones, is receiving a certificate of appreciation. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Humphreys.
Good morning, Rock Force family. Before I start, I'd like to welcome our distinguished guests, Major General Hood, Colonel Hutton, Colonel and Mrs. Betty, Command Sergeant Major Oakes, Command Sergeant Major Shove, and fellow command teams. Thank you for joining us today. To the family and friends of the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, Rock Force soldiers, welcome back to Fort Jackson and Hilton Field. It's good to see you all again. We understand that many of you have traveled a long way or are watching remotely, and we appreciate your efforts to join us here today. Thank you for supporting your soldier throughout their journey. I'd like to first thank all the military veterans and retirees present with us today. At this time, would all veterans and retirees please stand to be recognized? Thank you for your service to the nation. I'd also like to recognize the 191st Army Band. We appreciate your support at today's ceremony. Now, a little about your soldier's journey here at Fort Jackson. 10 weeks ago, we welcomed over 1,000 new trainees from entry stations across the nation. And with the incredible support of dedicated staff and civilian employees from across Fort Jackson, we put your loved ones through their paces. We tested their grit, showed them what it means to be a member of a team, and instilled discipline. The result is this impressive group of 1,067 individuals standing before you today. They are volunteers who have been transformed and can proudly proclaim that they are disciplined, trained, and fit United States Army soldiers. Throughout their training here, they overcame fear, rappelling down a 40-foot tower, completed multiple rigorous obstacle courses, executed 13 ranges where they shot thousands of rounds and ultimately qualified on their weapon, and threw live hand grenades. They low-crawled the length of a football field in sand at night under heavy machine gun fire. They completed multiple field training exercises like the hammer, anvil, and forge, where they patrolled and foot marched over 50 miles, often under a heavy rucksack through unpredictable South Carolina weather. And these are just the highlights. Overcoming these challenges, they have earned the right to be called an American soldier. This formation hails from small towns like Hagåtña, Guam, to some of the largest cities on earth like New York. In fact, they've joined us from across the globe, from countries like Cameroon, Colombia, Jordan, Kenya, Ukraine, and Vietnam. Our youngest soldier is 17, and our oldest is 45.
Wow.
61 have associate's degrees, 95 have bachelor's degrees, 24 have master's degrees, and somewhere out there is one person with a PhD.
All right.
Some of these soldiers served their communities before they decided to serve their country. Before you are 26 former police officers, 12 former firefighters, 13 former educators, and 2 former nurses. Three soldiers graduating today previously served in the military. 1 former Marine, 1 former sailor, and 1 former soldier who has returned to our team. And finally, for 125 soldiers standing on the field before you, yesterday was a pivotal moment in their lives. These men and women took the oath to become American citizens. Family and friends, this is your United States Army. This would have been possible without the incredible Rock Force drill sergeants who led, cared for, and trained your soldiers. For the last 10 weeks, these drill sergeants were with your soldiers day and night, walking through the rain, through the heat, standing side by side with your soldiers throughout their tough times and their triumphs. Please join me in a round of applause for the drill sergeants from Rock Force. To the graduating soldiers of 334 Infantry, I want to congratulate you on your accomplishment. You have entered a profession of arms full of tradition, pride, and standards. The journey you're embarking on will be both rewarding and challenging. From this day forward, you are now charged with protecting your fellow Americans' freedoms, upholding the Army traditions, and honoring the Army's accomplishments, living the Army values. When the story of your life is written, two of the most important chapters will be what you did for your family and what you did for your country. Today, you start writing that latter chapter. It'll be one of the greatest adventures of your life. You'll experience things only service members get to experience, and you'll witness history. And along the way, you'll make some of the greatest friends of your life. So seize upon this adventure with fervor, sustain your personal discipline, learn new skills, set and achieve your goals, serve others, and in the process, change your life for the better. Congratulations again. I'm proud to serve with you. Take the beach, lightning, and victory.
Today's soldier is above all a warrior, adaptive, confident, and competent. As a soldier, you are totally committed to the warrior ethos, grounded in the Army values, and determined to destroy the enemies of the United States of America and our allies. The United States Army soldier's creed embodies this commitment. To the soldiers on the field, the uniform you wear at this moment is more than an outward display of your vocational choice. Your uniform is a symbol of a nation and an unspoken assurance to all who see that you are willing and able, protector of freedoms fought so arduously for, and by all who have gone before, and those who bravely come after. You have become what you have set out to be, a soldier in the United States Army. The soldier's creed is your declaration of your unshakable commitment to the ideals this nation was founded upon, and will continue to guarantee. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. As Private Andrew May presents a certificate of appreciation to the retirees and leads the soldiers standing before you through the recital of the Soldier's Creed. be seated. In consideration of those around you, we ask that you remain seated and in the bleachers until all soldiers have passed the reviewing stand and the conclusion of the ceremony is announced. As you are approached by the American flag, it is appropriate to rise and remain standing until it has passed to your right. Once the ceremony has concluded, family members and awardees may meet their soldier under the canopy located to the left of the bleachers. All other family members and friends, please meet your soldiers on the field, once instructed by the narrator by respective companies. Constituted July 1st, 1960, in the regular Army as Company C, 34th Infantry. Organized July 15th, 1960, in El Paso, Texas. 34th Infantry was signed December 6, 1970, to the 7th Division. Relieved March 24th, 1923, from assignment to the 7th Division and assigned to the 8th Division. Relieved August 15, 1927, from assignment to the 8th Division and assigned to the 4th Division, relieved October 1st, 1933, from assignment to the 4th Division and assigned to the 8th Division, later redesignated as the 8th Infantry Division, inactivated June 5th, 1940, at Fort Benning, Georgia. Activated July 1st, 1940, at Camp Jackson, South Carolina. The 34th Infantry Regiment was relieved June 12, 1943, from assignment to the 8th Infantry Division and assigned to the 24th Infantry Division. Inactivated June 5th, 1958, and relieved from assignment to the 24th Infantry Division, concurrently redesignated as Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 3rd Battle Group, 34th Infantry. Withdrawn March 17, 1959, from regular Army, allotted to the Army Reserve, and assigned to the 79th Infantry Division, organic elements concurrently constituted. Battle Group activated March 23, 1959, with headquarters at Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Inactivated March 28, 1963, at Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and relieved from assignment to the 79th Infantry Division. Redesignated July 21st, 1977, as the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry, withdrawn from the Army Reserve and allotted to the regular Army. Headquarters transferred February 27, 1987, to the U.S. Army Training and Doctrine Command, and activated at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Inactivated March 31st, 1989, at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Redesignated October 1st, 2005, as the 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, and activated at Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
Because when he starts moving, he should be able to get in motion.
Passing the reviewing stand is the Commander of Troops, Major Osman Martinez, and the battalion staff. The 191st Army Band is commanded by Chief Warrant Officer 1, Nicholas Rowland. The drum major is Sergeant First Class Samuel Yu. Company Alien is commanded by Captain Kai Ferris. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Parker and trained by Drill Sergeant Buckfeller. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Montjoy and trained by Drill Sergeant Flores. Third platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Brown and trained by Drill Sergeant Salos. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Cassio and trained by Drill Sergeant Oda. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Gary Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to be approached by the American flag. It is appropriate to rise and remain standing until Bravo Company is commanded by Captain Charles Larson. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Vizcarra and trained by Drill Sergeant Camacho. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Webster and trained by Drill Sergeant Montgomery. Third platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Aguilera and trained by Drill Sergeant Thompson. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Martinez and trained by Drill Sergeant Ward. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Elliot Mendez. Charlie Company is commanded by Captain Lee. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Mitchell, trained by Drill Sergeant Smith. And trained by Drill Sergeant Payman.
Hey, sit down! Sit down! Sit down!
Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Johnson and trained by Drill Sergeant Overton. First Sergeant Michael Dennis. The Delta Company is commanded by First Lieutenant Travis Mandro. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Safranca and trained by Drill Sergeant Bamber. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Barrera, and trained by Drill Sergeant Zimmerman. Third platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Parker and trained by Drill Sergeant Bennett. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Diaz and trained by Drill Sergeant Oliver. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Arredondo. Echo Company is commanded by Captain Austin Owen. First platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Parker and trained by Senior Drill Sergeant. Second platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Jin and trained by Drill Sergeant Cowdery. Third platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Moore and trained by Drill Sergeant Da. Fourth platoon is led by Senior Drill Sergeant Massingame and trained by Drill Sergeant Gideon. In the rear of the formation is the First Sergeant Michael Layton. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Army song. Please remain in the bleachers until the conclusion of the ceremony is announced. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Retirees and their families and family members of their awardees, please move to the canopy to the left of the bleachers. All other family members and friends, please meet your soldiers on the parade field once instructed by the respective companies.
All right, guys, I'm going to go find my soldier. Love you guys.
As you exit.
Take care.
Please enjoy the rest of your